You want to do the intro? Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with MamaTwoDots with some not Pokemon Go goodness for you. We're doing a little sneaky Q&A, so all the Patreon good eggs were able to submit a question over the week, over the last couple of days, for a nice little Q&A with Mam. Are you ready?
No.
Let's do it. So, Tobias Adrianson asks, I would like to ask your mum how you got your cool first name.
Oh, that's pretty easy. Thank you, Tobias. Okay, yeah, it is a cool name, and I always thought it was a cool name, but I actually chose Zoe's name when I was a teenager, way before I had Zoe. But I guess I'd heard the name Zoe, funnily enough, after David Bowie had Zoe, who was a boy.
Yep.
Spelt differently, but, looked great with the Zoe Bowie. And I just loved the fact that it started with Z, or Z. And I kind of, researched that, and it came from the Greek, and I loved the little 2 dots on the E, and I thought that looked quite unique, and I loved that, I love that it started with a Z. There's a lot of Zs in Polish words as well, and I kind of thought, just kind of an obscure little kind of related in that way. And but when I chose it, I thought, I'm sure I'll change my mind years down the track. So we're talking...
For context, how old were you when you had me?
Well, for context, I was 29 when I had Zoe.
Yeah,
so
you've been sitting on that for a while.
So I've been sitting on it for a long time. I thought, I'm sure I will change my mind by the time comes. And I felt in my heart that I always would have a girl first, and wanted a girl first, and had a girl first.
Thanks for establishing my brand.
Yeah.
20-something years in advance.
And the thing was, I looked through all of the baby name books, as you do, and I went through maybe 3 of them, and I was still happy with Zoe. So
sold.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Tobias. Robert says, will you ever visit Europe again? Any plans? So I guess we can both answer that. Yes. I don't have any plans yet, but I'm assuming there's going to be more safaris and fests over in Europe, and I just need to go and see more of Europe, full stop. Visit the motherland.
Yeah. There's some beautiful places that I haven't been to yet either, and
what's the number one?
I'd love to go to Croatia. Looks beautiful. I have friends who have just been recently, friends in New Zealand who have travelled quite a bit, a couple of friends here in Newcastle. They have European background, but are really kind of just working their way through Europe, and some of the pics are just amazing.
Yeah.
They're postcard perfect. They just look beautiful. Yeah.
Robert also asks, how do you celebrate Christmas if you do? Is there special foods, traditions, and so forth?
Oh, is there food?
Honey. Well, Robert is from Sweden, I think. So
yes,
Robert's a good
some
Euro.
hardcore,
he knows
European
what's up.
traditions, yeah.
So our family's Polish. There's a lot of food.
There's a lot of food.
And
why can't you eat this small feast banquet I made for you?
Yeah.
You can't be full yet.
Probably for Polish Christmas, or for us, because it's like a hybrid, I guess, like Aussie Polish Christmas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the hams and having a barbecue and whatever else, but there's also pierogi,
yes,
kapusta,
yes,
sometimes gołąbki if Nan's feeling wild.
Yeah, and sometimes we kind of came to almost divide the day into the Australian, because our Christmas is in the heat, in the middle of summer. So it's not a traditional European winter Christmas, of course. So quite often, it would be hot. So we'd do the seafood and the barbecue type thing by the pool or whatever for lunch.
Christmas is a pool party in Australia,
it is.
basically.
It really is. It's, fun times hanging by the pool and And basically the traditional Polish would be sort of the dinner of the day. So often the kids would have to hang out until the end of the day. Give me the pierogi.
William, can you get off the sink, please? And we'd usually do Christmas Eve at one and then Christmas Day at the other night.
And we'd have to sort of swap it out.
Yeah.
Sort of alternate. Yeah.
Irams asks, how does your mum feel about your Pokemon Go adventures and where it's taken you? Did she or yourself ever think you'd be where you are today?
Do you know? Zoe was a feisty, determined child from about 2. And I remember thinking then, whatever she does, she will probably not take no for an answer and will grab on it and run with it. She's always been creative. She's always loved the basically since its
Pokemon.
inception, really, haven't you? It's, you know, it starts with one thing and then it snowballs.
Yeah.
Did I think that she would end up in a career that was Pokemon focused? No. I just knew that whatever she did, it would probably be creative. She's a smart cookie.
Thank you.
You've got really good balance in your brain. You've got good creative. You've got good intellect. You've got all
Good
that.
brain.
You know, and she's got heart.
Aww.
And but yes. Am I surprised at how well she's done? Kind of, but not kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was amazed, and I thought, well, she's really just grabbed onto this with both hands and run with it. And I love that she loves what she's doing. It's just, not many people get to do that. And I just think it's great that she loves it with that. She works hard. She gets tired, but she runs around. She does it all and loves it. So, yeah, you can't ask for more than having a job that you love. And, and I'm really proud of her. That she's do what you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess from my side of it, did I think I'd be where I am today? I think I always knew I wanted to do something big.
Yeah.
Hello, William. Didn't know what that would be though. So I feel like it's all kind of coming together.
Yeah. And
like, Pokemon GO didn't even exist when I was finishing my university degree. Like,
no.
It wasn't even like this specific thing wasn't an option yet.
No.
So it's,
You've done great.
Jody says, what was your favourite family vacation spot when Zoe was younger? What are some favourite vacation trip memories that you both share?
Well, we
hard question.
Quite often holidayed in like Fiji or the islands or that sort of thing. So, because you can't get enough warm in Australia, so you've got to go to another warm place.
Go another 4 hours away for some warm.
Yeah. Although I do remember taking Zoe to Singapore when she was little teeny.
Was I 2?
You were about 2, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
3?
that was really interesting. You were kind of, with the locals, they were just kind of gobsmacked at this little Caucasian girl with just this running among the pigeons and that sort of thing too, and everybody's getting their camera out. I was like, it's this kind of camera at that point. Proper camera.
Film.
But usually we tried to have a holiday that was water based. So by the beach swimming, Zoe was always a water baby.
I can't imagine that your favourite memory isn't me imprinting the Mario theme. My Game Boy.
Yes. Every time I hear that Mario theme music, I just think, ding, it triggers.
Yeah.
Because Zoe got her first little DS
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy, yes, on a trip to Fiji, and she wasn't allowed to open it. She was on the plane, so I thought this will be a good distraction and a good little, So, but yeah,
I got the Game Boy for Christmas, and then you gave me that game.
Yes, and that was the whole. Always brings back the theme.
Soundtrack to your holiday.
I'd wake at 2 or 3 in the morning and hear this in the background thing, and so we'd be locked tune? In the bathroom.
Can you do the whole tune? Yeah, it's imprinted in her brain. Scarred.
That was always funny, but yeah.
Penguin Lightyear asks, what Aussie food could you not live without?
The Aussie food I couldn't live without would be the Polish food.
Because Nan lives here. You're a Polish food
I'm
dispenser.
missing out on Polish food when I'm in New Zealand. But look, I love Vegemite, and I took it with me. But it's available in New Zealand. It's not, I wouldn't die without it. I do like it.
I feel like it's the most specific one because you can't just go and buy it at, I was going to say Coles, but Coles isn't even a thing in half the other countries in the world, or any other country in the world. You can't go into a CVS and get some Vegemite.
No, and and I guess with a lot of foreigners, it's an acquired taste. But I mean,
it's because they put it on like peanut butter.
I know, it's not peanut butter.
A gentle scraping with butter.
That's it. But I mean, look, I love the fresh fruits. The mangoes and all of the nice tropical fruits and that sort of thing. But luckily, we can get that in New Zealand as well. So, but yeah.
Steve Williams said, "Did MamaTwoDots bag a shiny yet?" We'll try today. We'll see if we can get a one today.
She didn't bag a shiny. She's never bagged a shiny. No.
Steve also says, any plans on continuing and expanding the impersonation series? Probably one of the best things on the internet. Thank you, Steve. And yes, I just need to actually get off my bum and do it. I had a list of humans that I would like to impersonate for the next series. But if you have a suggestion or someone you would like to see, chuck it in the comments. Taking all requests.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's good fun.
It was.
Celeste says, have you considered coming to Utah for next Com Day with your mum? I have not.
Thank you, Celeste, for raising that topic. I was thinking the other day, gee, how can I get Zoe to kind of say, hey, Mum, do you want to kind of like carry my bags or, you know, maybe give you arm a rest?
Yeah, you can be my editor.
I just give me a T-shirt that just says I'm with the crew or something. And look, I would love to do one of something with you. I would just love to do that. I'll just do whatever you say.
At the next Go Fest, we're going to bring MamaTwoDots. We'll make it happen. Ooh. But specifically Utah, no plans yet. Sorry. Matthew says, MamaTwoDots, how does it feel to have your daughter be one of the most recognizable faces / personalities globally in the Pokemon Go community? What did you first think when Zoe told you she was going to be a full-time YouTuber?
Well, she kind of... Good question, Matthew. I'm really proud of her. It just amazes me. I love watching her videos, and every time I see her, I smile and that sort of thing. I just think, wow, you've done great.
Thank you.
And what did I first think? I'm not sure that she actually said it, but I mean, as you would all know, Zoe had a full-time job in graphic design and that sort of thing, and I know that she was dabbling in the YouTube and all that kind of thing. But I knew that she was kind of on that teetering on the do I jump in at boots and all, and being that a little bit nervous as you would be, you know, kind of like saying goodbye to a, you know,
safe,
proper, real, you know what I mean, job, and going into the unknown kind of thing. But I remember saying to her that I said, you know what, give it a shot. You know, you're young. You don't want to look back and regret it, not having tried it properly. And I said to her, I'm all behind you. I fully support you. Do you remember me saying that to you? And I said, jump in it. You know, Alan was on board with Zoe, and look, try. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
And it worked.
You go back to do whatever you have to. Yeah, and it worked out great. And she just sort of hit the ground running. And so proud. You got more guts than me, girl. At that age, like really, just really proud of you. Yeah.
Patsik, I think we kind of answered your question there with if MamaTwoDots would join some foreign adventure, we'll make it happen. Can you tell a funny anecdote from Zoe's childhood?
Stubborn girl. What's stubborn? Just
to all the stubborn kids out there.
To all the stubborn kids, yeah. You know, parents,
don't settle
hang
for what
on
you
for
don't
want. She came out with some funny things, you know, just talking to strangers and that sort of thing, and you know, as you're out shopping and but
the Hawaii.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Yes, you know how children sit in the front of the shopping trolley as you're doing your
shopping
groceries. Cart. As you're doing your groceries, and she's just sitting in there like minding her own business and checking everybody out. But every time we would walk past somebody, and funnily enough, it was quite often a little old lady. So he would lean out the side of the cart and just kind of make eye contact with the person and say, how are ya? And these people would giggle at her, and I was like, where did that come from? So every eye would go up naturally. How are ya? How are ya? How are ya?
And how were they?
They were, I'm very good, thank you. How are you? How are ya? So we talked very, very early and very quickly, and
didn't shut up.
No, and didn't shut up. But I do love the one story that will always stick in my head is about the olive. Your first taste of olives. You were not quite 12 months old, and I had a cheese plate out and olives and all the crackers and the rest of it, and Zoe toddled up to the table and she's having a little bit of cheese. I'm sorry. Crackers. And then she points to the olives and says, try some. And I said, oh, you're not going to like that, sweetie. Try some? I thought, oh, what's the worst that can happen? So I picked up an olive, took the seed out, as I gave her half, I said to my sister, I said, watch the face. This is just going to contort
kids eating lemons.
Yeah, it's just going to be like that. So I give her this half olive and she chews it. and swallows it, and her eye didn't even flicker. Didn't even flicker. That's when I knew I had a hard nut girl. She's like, more? Oh, God. And she hasn't stopped eating olives. So yeah.
Our fridge has an issue.
It's got to be a constant supply of olives in her fridge. But yeah.
Aditya says, have you liked Pokemon all your life? Yes. And Mum can vouch, and we actually found my old, what was it, kindergarten homework book. For Christmas, I would like a Pokemon and a Game Boy and Pokemon cards and a Furby.
A Furby, that's right.
That Furby didn't get much use, I don't think. Furby sucked.
Like, in the middle of the night, I was like, what the hell?
They were so hyped up and like, Furbies are so cool, and then it just didn't do anything. You're like, hello Furby, and it's like...
You know, the originals are worth a lot of money at the moment.
Probably. But yes, Pokemon seems physically accessible, I guess. Anne says, for MamaTwoDots, we see the cool polished performance of the cats on camera as they wander through frame. What are they like when the camera isn't rolling?
We have footage of that from last night.
Insert. They're always pretty chill.
They're pretty chill, yeah. No, they're pretty chill. And I'm not doing the grandmother with the perfect grandchildren. No, they're quite, they're chill cats, aren't they? Yeah. They're curious. Yeah. Every time I come out of my room, it's kind of like, oh, can we just sneak in under the bed? It's like, But they're curious, and they're lovely. They've actually become a whole lot more sociable compared to my last visit, and are happy to sort of snuggle. Have the cuddles and the scratch under the chin, and no, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah, they jump up on the table. Yeah, they jump. Yeah, but they're not they're not destructive. So
no. Just don't look at that half of the couch.
Don't look at the half-eaten couch.
Jeremiah asks, did you switch majors at all when you were at college, or were you always set on graphic design? So we have university here in Australia, and we don't have majors and minors really. I don't think that's a thing here. Unless you're doing a specific arts degree, then you have majors and minors. But like otherwise, if you're doing graphic design, you're doing the course that is graphic design. And if you want to switch, you have to start from scratch in another course or try and carry some of those units across. So, no, I mean, I first enrolled to do visual arts and then hated it because the lady that was like pitching the graphic design at the uni just didn't sell it at all. You know who you are. And actually anyone else went to Newcastle Uni, you know who that was. Started doing visual arts. Hated that because that just was not what I wanted to do. And then dropped out for a year, had a gap year. It's pretty trendy in Australia to have a gap year in between finishing high school and going to uni. Yeah. So just worked, met Alan, saved up some dollary dues, bought a car, all that jazz. So and then the next year started graphic design. So I always knew I was interested in graphics and art, creativity, gaming in every aspect, I guess. Yeah. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do fully with it at the end.
And that's full credit to you too, because when you did take that gap year, like every parent, they worry that they're going to work and they're doing this, and then they're going to be distracted, and then it's going to be harder to come back to study. But no. She, again,
take a gap year, kids.
Girl. Seriously. Yeah. Sometimes you need that just to rest
after
the brain.
Doing it as well. It's just like having a year off to be an adult, like to have a job and to work and to function. Yeah. So yeah,
that's right.
It's good to have a year off and just do something.
Decisions. Yeah, that's right.
Figure yourself out. Steve says, "How did you get into Pokemon, and what's both of your favorite Pokemans?" So as we kind of answered before, I think Pokemon came out when I was 5 in Australia. 5 or 6. Like, it was on TV first and the trading cards first. And I think 97 or 98 was when we got the Game Boy and the games in Australia. So I didn't have the games until a little bit later, a few years later, I think. But I was watching the show and getting the cards. Yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon?
It's like picking a favorite. No, I won't say that.
I'll cut. What's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't know that I have a favorite Pokemon.
You don't know yet? You don't know enough of them?
I don't know. I mean, I like Charmander.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of like my favourite colour.
Yeah.
Name some for me, because Ponytail.
Ponytail?
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, Ponytail's great.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a few.
You need to meet a few more Pokemon.
I do. Yeah. I probably do. Yeah.
I like Togepi. Spoiler.
I know you like that.
Robbie and Liz ask, what are some memories you have of Zoe playing Pokemon as a kid? And what sort of stuff was Zoe into as a kid after school, like after school activities besides Pokemon?
You watched a lot of the Pokemon stuff on telly. Playing with the Pokemon as a kid, it's not
probably more
something
of
that
a
really
solo activity.
Yeah, it's probably doesn't. It's not something that really sticks in my head. But the sort of stuff, sort of after school, well, it was jump in the pool. It was swimming, you know, because summer here is like 6 months. Jumping on a bike, you know, you'd get out in the street and you'd join up with the kids in the street and do something, be ball this or handball and all that sort of stuff outside on the road. During daylight saving, sometimes we'd run off to the beach. We'd go and do a beach dip or something. But yeah, am I right? Yeah. You were pretty, chill.
Out and about.
Yeah, you usually were out and about, Or it'd be, I'm going to so-and-so's place straight after school or, catching the bus with them to their house. So, yeah.
Mike says, are you going to see The Rise of Skywalker? Yes.
Is this where I confess that...
You don't know what that is.
Well, what's Skywalker? Is it Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
So it's Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the time where I confess I've never seen Star Wars properly.
What?
I've seen snips.
Why didn't we watch it while you were here?
I've never been interested. Bombshell.
That's okay. We'll get you there. We got you through Lord of the Rings, didn't we?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. And while I was here, Zoe and Alan
We introduced
showed
the
me
X-Men.
the best of the X-Men.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed it.
The climax, well, we're trying to get her to Logan with still having emotional investment in the character because you can't just jump in at Logan.
No.
Yeah.
No, I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really did. Thank you for that.
Nigel asks, was Zoe always into Pokemon as a child or did she have other favourite hobbies or TV series?
Yeah,
Rugrats when I was little.
Yeah, Rugrats, yeah.
Lit.
Yeah, Rugrats you were quite into.
A bit of Sailor Moon, Card Captor
Sailor Moon,
Sakura.
yes, that sort of thing. Just trying to think of...
Simpies.
Yeah, and you'd watch some of that, the Disney Channel and that sort of stuff too. But yes, thank you, Nigel. Question. But yes, you were kind of hardcore pokey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's one last question. From before Pokemon Go was a thing right up to this moment, so I guess when Pokemon Go started was 3 years ago,
Right.
do you feel Zoe has changed or grown as a person?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Yes, she has changed.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah.
Change is good, She hasn't
Growth
changed
and
for the
development.
worse. She has developed and she knows what she's organised, she knows what she wants and what she needs to do, and she's taken on the Pokemon Go YouTubing, and she's dedicated to it. She's definitely, even while I've been here, she's nicking off to edit and nicking off to film, and I've seen her. You've become more responsible, and you're doing your job like you would be going out, leaving the house to do a job.
Doing a 9 to 5 without having.
That's right. So you're certainly not slacking off, or it's not a walk in the park kind of thing. Well, you do sometimes walk in the park.
That's where you have to catch them all.
That's where you have to go. Yeah. No, she's changed and really sort of grown into I'm a young woman I'm really proud of, and
big hug.
I love you.
Aww.
Yeah, it's been really special catching up with Zoe this time too, and
yeah, good catch up. If you want MamaTwoDots to never leave Australia again, leave a comment down.
You know what Nigel's going to say?
Yeah, he's
gonna. I don't think so.
Thank you guys, the Patreon Good Eggs, for submitting some fun questions.
Yeah, they were good.
If you have any other questions, chuck them in the comments. We'll try to answer them, I guess, in the replies and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go find Mama Shiny. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who did leave a like as well. If you'd like additional ways to support the channel, links for Patreon and the merch are in the description down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night.
Whatever time it is for you.
And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. No, you want to go. You cover it.